So today we're gonna read comic books, but not just any comic books from PETA. So first we're gonna start with, let's say, a cow's life. Yeah, this should be very innocent. Wait, how do I read it? Oh. Cows have unique personalities and a wide range of... Like humans, they can love and feel pain. They like to play games. They can hold grudges. And they have distinct likes and dislikes. I like it, but it needs some salt. Cows often form strong, lifelong relationships with one another, sometimes choosing their buddies the same way that they're born. Mother cows are very devoted to and protective of their children. They lick and groom their babies and even take turns babysitting for each other. Mother cows has been known to walk for miles looking for their lost baby. Meow! Meow! Although cows weigh 1,000 pounds or more, they often jump fence. Wait, what is the kilograms? 453 kilograms! Okay, how much does a cow weigh? Okay, this is quite accurate. Cows are smart. They can see color and tell people apart by their shapes and the colors that they wear. Let's see, Arun is the tall one in blue, and Kim is the short one in red. If you are nice to them, cows are friendly, but it takes only one bad experience with just one person for them to not trust anyone for a long time. Hi, Gabe. Hi, Zach. Hey, Jen, what's up? Not much, just looking forward to getting some new school clothes. Me too, I need to get some new shoes. And I need to buy a new jacket. Hey guys, do you think this looks good on me? Zach, that would only look good on you only if you were a cow. That's funny. No, I mean it. Only cows should wear cow skin. What do you mean? That's made of leather, and leather is really just animal skin. Gross! Yeah, it really is gross. Millions of animals are killed for their skin every year and end up as shoes, jackets, belts, bags, and wallets. I never thought about it that way. That's horrible. Leather is a big business. Most leather comes from cows who are treated badly on giant factory farms. Every time you buy leather, you're making animals suffer. How can people be so mean to cows? Go put that jacket back, Zach, and I'll take you guys to meet a friend of mine who knows all about leather. Sure, sounds great. Hi, Jen. It's good to see you. Who are your friends? Oh. Hi, Elizabeth. This is Zach and Gabe. Hi, nice to meet you. Welcome. Bailey's going to be glad to see you, Jen. Well, hello to you too, Bailey. This is your friend? Yeah, he's my buddy. I've never seen a cow in person before. Well, I have. I think the last time I've seen it was at the Houston Rodeo last Friday. He sure looks a lot healthier than he did the last time I saw him. What do you mean? Well, Gabe, when Bailey first got here, he was really sick. His mom was a cow who was being treated like a living milk machine and pumped full of drugs. Once she stopped producing milk for people to drink, she was going to be killed and turned into leather. Oh, God. The only time she was ever happy was when she had Bailey, but the day after he was born, he was taken away from her and they never saw each other again. The people at the factory farm didn't want Bailey to grow up big, strong, and healthy. All they cared about was turning him into a type of meat called veal and using his skin for leather. They wanted his flesh to be pale and his muscles weak, so they chained him inside a dark crate that was barely any bigger than his body and fed him liquids that didn't have enough nutrients in them. All Bailey did was lie in dark all day and night, feeling scared, lonely, and sick. He ached for freedom and exercise, but he never even got to feel the sun on his back. The first time he ever saw the sun was when they crammed him and his fellow calves into a truck when he was just 5 months old. The calves traveled for a long time in the cold, and by the time the truck stopped, some calves had fallen over and been stepped on by mistake by the others. Bailey was so tired, weak, and hurt from being stepped on that she couldn't even stand up. All the calves were scared and didn't want to get off the trucks, so workers poked them with electric prods that made them cry out in pain. Since Bailey couldn't walk by himself, they dragged him out of the truck and left him in a nearby field. Luckily, some kind people found him and brought him here, where we nursed him back to health. Now he can graze in a pasture all day and play in the sun with his friend Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy! Hey, what's happened to his tail? It's been cut off. On factory farms, workers sometimes cut off the horns and tails off cows like Jimmy. They're also branded, which causes third-degree burns. That sounds painful. It sure is, and it's often done without painkillers. That's mean. I thought cows on big farms were happy and people treated them nicely. That only happens in storybooks. A cow's life on a factory farm is much different from the life that cows would choose for themselves. Nature's way. Cows have loving mothers who nurse them and stay close to them their entire life. The factory farm way. Cows are taken away from their mothers who never see them again. Nature's way. Cows love to eat lots of fresh green grass. Factory farm way. Farmers feed them grain and other fillers. Even sawdust are ground up animals that have drugs and bug killers in them. Nature's way. When they are allowed to live naturally, cows can live as long as 25 years. But on factory farms, cows live only a few years before they are killed and turned into a pair of shoes or a belt. Happy birthday! Ick! That's awful. Are all leather products made from cows? Nope. Leather comes from pigs, goats, sheep, and alligators. Some leather from China is even made from cats and dogs, like my friends Clara and Donovan here. Yuck! If I wear leather, I could be wearing cat or dog skin. Yup, if you buy leather, you never know what type of animal it comes from. I don't want to hurt animals, but don't we need leather? No way! There's lots of great options. Just check out my shoes. They're made of canvas. Lots of companies like Nike, Converse, Vans, Tom Shoes, Adidas, Crocs, and Kids all offer cool non-leather products. Wait, what is Kids? Kids shoe brand. Let me see. Oh. I'll offer cool non-leather products. That's right. You don't have to look any further than your local mall to find stores that carry all kinds of shoes, bags, belts, and clothes made from cotton, linen, ramie. What is a ramie? Oh. In synthetic materials, many products look like leather but just aren't. Just make sure the label says all man-made materials or synthetic. Isn't leather better for the environment than synthetics? Not at all. Leather is awful for the environment. Poisonous chemicals used to turn animal skin into leather hurt the earth and make the people who live close to where the leather is made really sick, sometimes even causing them to get cancer. Leather is bad for animals and for people. I'm never going to buy leather again. Me neither. Meow. Bailey likes the sound of that. Come on, kids. I'll make some veggie burgers for lunch, and then I'll drive you back to the mall. You've got some cruelty-free school shopping to do. Yeah! And that's the end. So another one is this comic, which talks about the difference between animal dissection and animal-free tools. I didn't even know that there was digital dissection tools. So, I'm learning something new as long as you... How's a teacher ask you to dissect an animal? If you feel weird about it, then... Oh wait, this is not the Dad, what's digital dissection? I'm not exactly sure, but we can look it up. Why do you ask? Miss Johnson said we'll be doing that in class. Our project tomorrow will be a digital dissection lab. We'll be studying frogs using new software, so get excited. I think she's going to teach your class about anatomy using a computer program instead of asking you to cut up real animals. But how will we learn without dissecting real animals? Oh, and also, how did they even make the computer programs in the first place? They had to dissect real frogs and get the anatomy stuff as like a reference for the computer program, so still kind of cruel. It says here that you get to explore all the insides of a frog just virtually, and it'll save animals. Oh wow, millions of them are used every year for classroom dissection. Even though kids can learn better with digital dissection. I don't think so, because with real dissection, you can actually cut into the frog and just rotate it around. How does it save animals? My friend Ryan's teacher is having his class dissect real frogs, and she says they weren't killed. They were already dead. No, son, that can't be. There wouldn't be enough frogs for all the students in the country to dissect if they waited for them to die naturally. Sometimes frogs are taken from their natural habitat. Think how scary that must be. Where are you taking me? Put me down. That's terrible. I have to tell Ryan so he doesn't dissect anyone. Great idea. If other kids in Ryan's class refuse to dissect too, they can each save an animal's life. If my teacher wants me to dissect a frog, would you help me explain to her why I wouldn't want to cut apart my animal friends? Of course, I'll always help you stand up for what's right and save animals. Animals aren't ours to dissect, are they, Dad? No, they're not. We should be kind to all animals and give them the same respect and consideration we want for ourselves. And that's a pretty short comic. Also, I'm gonna read this, which explains where milk comes from. Have you ever wondered where milk comes from? Mom, where does milk come from? When people talk about milk, they usually mean cow's milk, also known as dairy. Dairy foods like butter, yogurt, cheese, ice cream are all made out of milk from animals like cows and sometimes goats who just had a baby. Just like human mothers breastfeeding their new babies, mothered cows make milk to feed their calves. That's why they have udders. But do the calves still get to drink her milk? Yeah, I thought we drink it. Cow mothers do make milk for their babies, So to make sure that the babies don't drink it, they're taken from their moms right away, and the milk is sold for humans to drink instead. But that's so mean! Aren't the cow mothers and babies sad? Yes, cow mothers love their babies, but farmers make them give birth over and over again, and then take all their babies away. And once the mother cow gets worn out from having so many babies, she's sent to a slaughterhouse. She gets killed! Yes, after 4 or 5 years, which is still very young for a cow. So why doesn't everyone just drink vegan milk and eat vegan cheese, butter, and ice cream? They should! Another good reason to do that is because raising cows for dairy is very bad for the planet. Cows require huge amounts of land, water, and produce a lot of methane, which is one of the causes of climate change. What's methane? Well, it's a greenhouse gas that mainly comes from cow burping, but also from cow farting and pooping. If eating dairy foods hurts cows and is bad for the planet, is it at least healthy for humans? No. The dairy industry spends a lot of money on advertising to make people think that milk is healthy, but it's not. Milk and dairy foods are unhealthy for humans and are linked to lots of illnesses. I never want to drink milk or eat cheese again. That's why we only eat the delicious vegan versions of those foods. They taste just as good, but they're animal friendly and are much healthier and better for the planet. And cows are so good, are so cool. I learned that they jump around when they get excited and can even smell things that are 6 miles away. Cows have personalities and amazing talents, and if you pay attention, you can see that they show us how they're feeling. How can we help them? We can tell our friends the mean things that farmers do to cows on dairy farms, and then let them try some yummy vegan foods so they can see that they don't have to drink milk or eat dairy. And well, that's the end of the video. Hope you liked this. It was a pretty long one, but if you skip to the end, then what a bummer. If you did watch all the way to the end, then go like and subscribe. I am trying to hit 50 subscribers right now. And if this video gets 20 likes, I will make another video about PETA comics. But instead of comics, it'll be games.